this is the cricket ground. This is the Spartan cricket ground here. If you look straight across, you can see the pavilion and the scoreboard. As I mentioned earlier in the video, if you look at this pasture land here, it's so dry. That's because we are in a drought. It hasn't rained a lot for a while, and things are looking pretty brown in the island everywhere you go. We're praying that the Lord will send us some rain for him. So this is the scoreboard for the cricketers. This is the pavilion here, the Keith and Clyde Walker Pavilion. This is the outfields. Now, cricket is a big fixture here in Barbados. It's part of the whole cultural ideology, or part of the cultural makeup of our island. You know, it's the main sport here. So if you are living in Barbados, you really must come and see, or you're visiting, a cricket match. This is the park, one of the kiddies park. Now if you bring your children and you want to just relax and let them run around, this is the park. Now I'm going to take you and let you see this big old Balboa tree. I keep calling Balboa, baobab tree, that I had mentioned earlier. Let me see if I can do this while holding the camera steady. So what you're looking at is one of the two biggest trees in the world. Well, we're talking about the trunk size. Okay, this is the baobab tree. There's one here and one situated 7 miles in. This tree is I think 90 feet tall, and right around it's like 55 feet in circumference. Take a look at it, guys. Now the baobab, or Adansonia, scientific name, also known as the tree of life in Africa, is a sorts of life for reptiles and birds, you know, in Africa. Native to the mainland Africa and places like Madagascar. The baobab is a genus, which simply means that it carries similar traits to other trees, such as, for example, now we're talking genealogy wise, for example, this tree is family to trees like the birch, the fir, the maple, the pine tree, which, you know, if you're talking similar traits or genealogy, it's like a banana tree having similar traits to a fig or plantain tree. The baobab is also a succulent, which means that during the rainy season it absorbs and stores water in its vast trunk, you know, allowing it to be sustained when conditions become very dry and arid, such as times we're experiencing now in the island. So that's what it's called, the tree of life. One of the reasons. You might be wondering or asking who planted this big old tree right here in the midst of the park. The simple answer is probably, I would say, Mother Nature. You see, the seeds were carried by the ocean currents from West Africa to Barbados around maybe 1000 AD. And as the island rose out of the sea, you know, these islands are volcanic, they come out the ocean. This tree by nature was probably positioned right here on its own. So Mother Nature did all the work. Ain't that great? So if you come to Barbados, you definitely gotta come and see the baobab tree here, and the other one is in Warrens. Trees with the biggest trunks in the world. So now I'm gonna do a walk through the park and show you what Queen's Park really looks like. I hope that the camera doesn't shake too much as I'm walking. This here is another kiddie play area. That you're looking at there, that great big white building, was the governor's mansion. It now houses the art gallery and a small theater. Down there, you're looking there, was a fountain for fresh water into the park. So the park is also filled with tropical fruit trees. You can see that's the mango tree right there, it's bearing. Outside it's pretty cloudy today because we're expecting some showers later, which will be great for the island, by the way. Get rid of some of these dry and arid conditions we've been experiencing for a while now. That you're looking at there is an old replica of an Arawak hut. These trees, I call them shack. I love these trees because this summer they put out a pod and they pretty much sing, man. The seeds in the pods hit against the pod and they sing sweet melodies. That's a native tambourine tree there. I don't know if you can see it. It's full of tambourine. It's a pretty tall tree, pretty strong tree. These trees are hundreds of years old. So I am walking now to the western side of the park. can imagine when we have AgriFest here in February, every square inch of this park is taken up with exhibits and thousands of people just frolicking and enjoying the festivities. That you see there is the gazebo. That's where we have you know, the local police band will come and do a show, or sometimes you find groups coming to do recreational, you know, spoken word, guitar playing, stuff like that. This area here is called the Lover's Lane. You know, I'm a horticulturist by profession, so I love plants. These plants that you see growing here are really, it's an alamander. It's an alamander creeper. It's a flower that, you know, just creeps and lets off a yellow flower, but you can see what the drought is doing with the whole plant life in Barbados. Look at this. It's been cut, but it's so dry. The island is crying out for rainfall, fam. Lover's Lane used to look really nice, but this drought is taking a toll on it. Right ahead of me is the Queen Spark Steel Shed. Now this is where they have, you know, local cultural shows, calypso shows, anything cultural showing. They use this steel shed here to do that. This is the walkway now to the west gate that will take you right down to Bridgetown. So I'm gonna flip it now, come around, and let's look at the governor's mansion. Now the governor's mansion is the former home of the British Command of Troops stationed here in Barbados for the entire West Indies. This house was built in 1786, I believe. This park was opened in 1909 to the people of Barbados. So what do we do now in the governor's mansion? Well, it's housing an art gallery and the Daphne Hackett let's have a look at it. The Daphne Joseph Hackett Theater. That's right. It's a beautiful piece of architecture here, as you can see. So this is pretty much Queen's Park. So this will end my video for today on Queen's Park. I hope you enjoyed it. When I do my segment on trees, I'll come back here and I'll introduce you and give you the knowledge of all these trees that you're seeing here in the park. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, hit on the notification bell for more videos as they come out, leave your comments down below. Wow, today is I think we're gonna get some rain maybe tonight. Anyhow guys, that's it for me, from me to you. Until we meet again, I'm out.